So in my previous video lecture, I have covered the delivery strategies used in service-oriented analysis. Generally, three delivery strategies are again used in service-oriented analysis. The first one is top-down approach. The second one is bottom-up strategy. And the third one is agile, meet-in-middle strategy. So three strategies are again used. So some organization may prefer the top-down strategy for analyzing the service-oriented applications. Some organization may use the bottom-up strategy for analyzing the service-oriented applications. And nowadays, most of the organization prefers the agile way of developing, analyzing the web services. So agile strategy or meet in middle strategies are again preferred. So I'm explaining the service oriented analysis phases. Mostly three phases are again included in service oriented analysis. And this particular topic I'm explaining with the help of the example called bank web service analysis. So in case of bank, if they are developing the web services, so how the analysis process is again carried out in a particular bank. So let us see. So see here, as I have said that organization may prefer any way of any delivery strategies for analyzing. So the preferred way is the top-down analysis because it supports the contemporary SOA. And also the reusability is also increased in the top-down strategy when the organization use the top-down strategy for developing the applications, web services or web API. So that strategy is preferred by the organization that top-down strategy provide you maximum advantages. So let us see the details of service-oriented analysis. So service-oriented analysis is a process that determine how business automation requirements. So to start any application development using software engineering, using object-oriented analysis and designing, or using service-oriented analysis, the first step is the requirement, collection of the requirement, end user requirement, and automation of the requirement. So here the business automation requirement can be represented through the service orientation. The main objective of service oriented analysis is collecting the requirement and try to automating the requirement using the web services and web API. So the objective of service oriented analysis. So where the main question, the primary question addressed during the service-oriented analysis phase is, the first question is, what services need to be built? So you take the application. So here I'm taking the banking application. So whenever I'm considering the banking application, the first primary question addressed by the system analyst, so that web service analyst is, what services need to be built? So analysis of the requirement, the banking requirement. Then the second step is, what logic should be required, encapsulated by each service. Suppose I'm identifying the services, then each service, what type of logic required, encapsulated with that particular service. So that identification is again a task, primary task of a service-oriented analysis. The extent to which these questions are answered. So we are finding the answer of these two questions. So what services need to be built, and secondly, what logic should be encapsulated by each service. So with the help of these two questions, answer of these two questions, we are getting the answer, that amount of effort invested. So amount of effort required for that system analyst, so service analyst, for analyzing that services. So amount of effort invested is again identified, analyzed with the help of the requirement given by the Organization. So organization gives you the requirement, and based on that requirement, you are getting the answer of these two questions: what services need to be built and what logic should be encapsulated by each service. So take the example of bank web service. So how to analyze? So bank given you the responsibility. So let us see the steps. So I'm developing application, banking application, banking web service. So I'm assuming that I'm dividing that banking applications into balance. So I want the balance with the help of my handheld device. So for balance, I want one service. So end user can get the balance through their handheld device with the help of web services. So balance is the first service. Then amount deposit. So suppose I am depositing the amount with the help of ATM machine. So for that also I need a separate web service, amount deposit. So I am depositing some amount, and after depositing the amount, I require the updated balance. So updated balance. So depositing the amount with updated balance. So I'm reusing the balance web service in amount deposit along with amount deposit service. The second service is suppose I'm withdrawing some amount with the help of ATM machine. So I required one web service called amount withdrawal web service, and that amount withdrawal web service is again developed with the help of two web services. The first is withdrawal web service. So the amount is again decreased from my primary balance, and now my updated balance. I want the updated balance, the remaining balance. So with the help of amount withdrawal service. And the next service I'm assuming is amount transfer. So amount transfer is the somewhat complex web service among these four web services: balance, amount deposited, amount withdrawal, and amount transfer. Because in case of amount transfer, I need four small modules. The first module is withdrawing amount from A's account. The first, who is transferring the amount. So you withdraw the amount from A's account. Then second is you deposit the amount to B's account. Then send the updated balance to A, and also send the updated balance or amount transfer balance to the B person. So here amount transfer service is again made up of integration of four small services. So withdrawing the amount from A's account, depositing that amount to B's account, providing the updated balance information, so that reduced balance information to A, and providing the updated balance added information, added balance information to B. So four small web services are again integrated in amount transfer web service. So you require this many web services. So let us list down the web services. So the list of web services are like this. The first, I want to develop the get balance service. So here I'm using the get method. So we know that only four methods are again used for on web services. So post method is used for adding the record. Then put method is used for editing the record. Then get method is used for retrieving the record, and delete method is used for deleting the record. So get balance service, get method. The second service is amount deposit service. So deposit service, post method, and get balance service, get method. So combination of two web services required in case of amount deposit service. So I am reusing this get balance service here in second service. So amount withdrawal service. So amount withdrawal is a post method, and means adding that record, and get balance service is the get method. So amount transfer service. So in case of amount transfer service, two post method. First is withdrawal post method to A's account, deposit post method B's account, and then A's balance get balance service get method, and B's get balance service the get method. So two get method, two post method required in case of amount transfer service. So this is what the list of web services. So let us see the overall goals performed during the service oriented analysis phase. So the first goal is define the preliminary set of service operations. So we have identified the operation: get operation, post operation, put operation, delete operations. So identifying the operations and combining the operations. So identifying the operations, then grouping the service operations candidate. So I am grouping the withdrawal and get balance, deposit and get balance, and in case of transfer, so deposit, withdrawal and get balance. So combination of, so grouping of services, service operations candidate into logical context. So sequencing is also important. In case of money transfer, first I am withdrawing from A's account, depositing to B's account, sending updated means that reduced balance information to A's account, and updated added balance information to the B's account. So sequencing is also important. So define the preliminary service boundaries. So you need to provide the boundaries. So in case of money transfer, only 4 services need to integrate. So we have defined the boundary there. Then identify encapsulated logic with reuse potential. So divide the system into small pieces so that these pieces can be reused. So I am reusing get balance service with deposit, withdrawal and transfer service. So along with these 3 service, I am reusing that get balance service. So reuse potential. Ensure that context of encapsulated logic is appropriate. So you write the appropriate logic for that web service so that you will get the desired result, good results, correct results. Define any known preliminary composition model. Composition model means in case of transfer service, I am designing the composition model. I am composing 4 different services, 2 post method and 2 get method. So integrating that all the 4 methods, that procedure is called as composition. So I am composing that services. So let us see the chart of service oriented analysis. We know that this is what the delivery strategy, service oriented analysis, after analysis, the designing phase, after designing, the development phase, testing phase, deployment phase, and service administration. So this cycle, service oriented cycle is fixed, and we are covering service oriented analysis. So analysis is divided into further divided into 3 major steps. The first step is define business requirement, and these requirements are again collected through the end user. So bank provides us the requirements. So defining the business requirement and identify automation system. So the first step is collecting the requirement and try to automate that particular requirement is the second step. And the third step is a diagrammatically representation of that analysis. So we have seen already the example, modeling the candidate service. Modeling means convert the documentation into diagrams. So diagrammatic representation of that analysis phase is modeling candidate services. We have already seen through the example. So let us discuss the steps. So define the business requirement. Define the business requirement means gathering the information from the end user. So for modeling phase, for diagram, to draw the diagram, we required the input from step 1 and step 2. The step 1 and step 2 gives you the requirements. So requirements are again gathered, and these requirements are properly documented in the analysis first phase. So you collect the requirement, you document the requirement, and only the requirement related to the scope that two solutions should be considered. So while developing the web services, you are identifying the boundaries. So boundaries are again very important. So within the boundary, so you are defining the scope, and as per the scope, you are developing the web services. So when the scope is again defined, then only you are developing the web service or analyzing the web services. So modeling is again based on you identify the requirement, you document the requirement, and you define the boundary. The second step is identifying the automation requirement, automation system. So the bank is already having the existing logic. So they have the computerized system. So we are getting the help from that already existing system. So existing applications they are using, so that existing application I can use in my web service logic. So same logic I can use in my web service logic. So legacy application logic. So existing app, they have the existing application, and while developing the web service, same logic I can include in my web services. So you identify the automation system, automation logic, which is already available in the existing systems or legacy application. So try to refer that. And after collection, documentation, then defining the boundary, then identifying the business logic from the existing system. Then the third phase is modeling, diagrammatic representation of the analysis. So it's a modeling phase. So modeling the candidate service. So you diagrammatically represent. I have already shown you that banking application. So service operations. So you clear cut mention the service operations and grouping of logical context. So grouping is also important. Sequencing is also important. So in case of money transfer, withdrawal is first sequence. Second sequence, deposit to B's account. Third is send the message to A. And fourth is send the message to B. So sequencing is also important. So you provide proper sequencing. So composite model. Composite model means integrated model. And finally, you will get the integrated model. And here I have used the top-down strategy for analyzing this particular services. So services are again divided into three steps. The first step is, so services are again analyzed using three steps. So the first step is defining the business requirement. So business requirements are again defined. Then identify the automation systems. So automation logic is again identified. And the third is the modeling, convert the analysis into diagram. So you have collected the requirement, you have documented the requirement, you have defined the boundary, you have already identified the business logic, and now you convert that documentation into diagram. So diagrammatic representation is a part of modeling phase. So these are the three phases generally used in service oriented analysis. So today I am covering this much only.